Sue just wheeled out a fresh cart. In today's video, we are going to be visiting the Thurmont Goodwill in Thurmont, Maryland. It is a smaller Goodwill, but we've had tremendous luck there in the past, and so we're not going to dismiss it. You should never dismiss a small Goodwill. You never know what you might find. So let's head in and see what we can find to buy and flip for a profit. Here we go. All right, well, looks like somebody donated a bunch of Ray Dunn. We've got a whole pile of it back here. Bumble. So cute. Oh my goodness. I might grab a few of the cuter pieces. How much? $4.49? We'll grab Bumble. You always want to be really careful when picking up Ray Dunn for resale. Some of the early pieces can be worth a ton of money, but after it started to gain popularity, it was mass produced, and when it was mass produced, they diluted the market and the prices really came crashing down. I once had the very good luck of finding a rare creamer at the Goodwill, and I think I got about $200 or $300 for it. That was amazing. But most Ray Dunn does not have that much value. So be aware of that when you're picking it up at Goodwill. So I always keep that in mind, and the pieces that I pick up, I'm not opposed to being stuck with if I get home and I research them and I find that there's not a whole lot of resale value there. I like the design of them and I wouldn't mind incorporating them into my own home decor. So I picked up this Bumble honey pot. It was the first piece I picked up and I paid $4.49 for it. This piece sells between $12 and $18 on average. So there's not a whole lot of profit to be made there. I probably still will sell it because when we use honey, we just squeeze it right out of the bottle, and we don't use a honey pot. And then Baby Bird. Oh, is it a bank? I'm confused. I'm not sure exactly the purpose. I don't think it, maybe it's a birdhouse. For a very small bird, a baby bird. We're gonna stick it in here. So this is the piece where I probably could have left it on the shelf. This is the Baby Bird birdhouse, which I will probably just wind up keeping. I paid $4.49 for this, and when looking at sold comps, it sells for about $4 to $8 on eBay. So probably not my best pickup, but as I said earlier, when picking up Ray Dunn, what I usually do is I pick up the pieces I like, because I know that it's a hard game unless you absolutely know what you're doing. So I'm probably going to end up keeping this piece for a little while, and maybe down the road I'll sell it, but it's not one that I mind getting stuck with. And then let's see what we've got over here. The Terracotta Warrior is still here. I had a few suggest that I pick it up even though it's damaged, but I don't think I'm going to do that. We have a fake loaf of bread. I actually finally got my fake food listed, and it's sitting right now on eBay. I don't think it has any bids yet as of the filming of this video, so I don't think I need to pick up any more fake food. There's some sweet little foxes. This is Silvestri. All right, let's scoot on down the way and see what else we can find. Ooh, what's that in the back? I like that. It is a wall pocket. $5.49. There's an owl. It looks like it was chipped on the back, but I think if you're hanging it on the wall, it wouldn't really matter. So let's grab that. I do, in fact, like owls, and I could not resist this owl right here. And it is an owl in a crescent moon. It has a little hanger right here to hang on the wall, but it also stands. So if you wanted to just stand it on a shelf, you could also do that. This dates to the 1930s or 40s, and it sells for about $40. Now, unfortunately, I did notice that there is a little bit of a chip here on the back, which is a bit of a bummer, but I got it for $5.49, and I figured even if it sells for $20, I'm still making a profit. And of course, it is in fact an owl, so I had to buy it. There is a pie crust again for some sort of fake food. I think that was here the other day and it was actually like complete. No, I did not buy the pie crust, but I did want to interject here and just remind everybody that occasionally it's okay to pick up that fake food. Some of the keywords I use are prop food, I use faux food, and I feel like they're picked up for potential playhouses, productions, that sort of thing, especially if they're really realistic looking. So it's all about the keywords you use to list them, but if you see fake food out there, don't just pass it by. Sometimes it's worth picking up. I looked at those the other day. It's a moment of deja vu. Well, I kind of don't believe this, but I posted this video the other day and I completely missed this. Someone in the comments was like, hey, did you notice that there is an Aladdin finial on one of those lamps? And I was like, I did not. But sure enough, we do have an Aladdin finial on one of these lamps. I forget how much these go for, but of course the lamp is $14.49. So I bought the lamp, and then I redonated it after I took the finial off. So this finial right here is actually an Aladdin finial. Now, Aladdin Industries actually started out as the Mantle Lamp Company, which started in Chicago in 1909. And then in 1926, it became the Aladdin Industries. This is their Alicite formula, which originally had uranium in it. And then in 1942, the government was like, we want all the uranium. And so after 1942, there's no more uranium in the Alicite formula. And so nothing glows after 1942. But if you have a piece of Alicite pre-1942, it will glow under black light. You can see this is after 1942 because there's no glow in it. So even though it does not glow, it's worth about 30 bucks and I could probably double my money on it. So I'm happy with that. All right, I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna ask them if I could leave the lamp behind and take the finial. All right, let's go see what we can find in the rest of those sections because I just went straight to the lamps. I don't see much here. I haven't found much in this section my past few visits. This used to be my favorite place to check. But recently, I haven't found much. Usually there's bunches of studio pottery and all sorts of goodies. It's an interesting pattern on those plates. Here are all of the candle holders and whatnots. There's yesteryear pottery. I find that a lot at Goodwill. That's really cute. Is that Scentsy? Kind of like that worn look. But I don't know how much that would be worth. Alright, let's scoot on down here. Looks like this is still here. Must be the bottom to it never showed up. That's an interesting little figurine. I guess it's made of chalk. Little chalkware figurine there. And then down here, I was noticing the back of this Ray Dunn has a cute little birdhouse on it, but I don't think that these are worth much. I feel like these are the more contemporary versions of the birdhouses. I know some of the older ones can be worth quite good money, but I don't think that the contemporary ones have much value. Looks kind of interesting. Oh, I thought maybe it was Chinese restaurantware, which actually has a pretty good market. I've found it before. Now, I love finding old restaurantware. Finding old branded restaurantware is even better, but finding old branded Chinese restaurantware is just the icing on the cake. Last year, when our family vacationed to Cape May, I found some cups and saucers with Chinese restaurant advertising on them. And through my videos, we were actually able to connect with the family who owned that restaurant years ago. And the restaurant has now closed, but we were able to reunite them with that restaurant and they had nothing from that restaurant since it had closed. Now, I never let restaurant wear fly under the radar, so make sure when you're out there and about, you're looking for old Chinese restaurant wear with advertising, because some of it is worth money. Sue just wheeled out of fresh carts. I was hoping these were Le Creuset, but they are made in China on the bottom. Here's a cute little set with a decanter. How much is it? 99 cents for each of the cups. Ooh, here's the stopper. That could be check. We're gonna dig that out and hopefully not break anything in the process. Wow, look at that. That is so MCM. It is gorgeous. Now, everything is priced separately, which is a little scary, but I don't think we're gonna have trouble with that. The shape is amazing. So unfortunately, we don't have any markings or signatures on this decanter, but if I were to give an educated guess, my guess would be that this piece is check glass. Now, we have the decanter and we have 4 glasses. And with the 4 glasses, I would say the value of this would be $65 to $85, depending on the venue in which I decide to sell it. For instance, if I were to sell it in my local market, I would probably price it lower because my local market prefers primitives. If I were to sell it online, I would probably price it higher because I have a much larger pool of MCM lovers. So it just depends on where I list it. That really does determine the value. So it's a great piece. I'm so thrilled they wheeled out those fresh cards because if I'm being honest, I was starting to lose hope. Just a little. I was losing a little bit of hope, but here we have it. This was probably my favorite piece from this visit to the Goodwill. Just trying to peek down and see if there's anything else in there of interest. That decanter set is pretty exciting. I'd be happy with just that. We could leave happy. There is a piece of Christmas Lenox. It's kind of neat. Alright, I'm not really seeing anything else down there. But who knows? We'll just check the shelves. There's a fun plastic canvas craft set. And who is this? Oh, I think that's a new generation doll. It is not an American Girl doll. Okay, well, I'm gonna circle back to the vases. See if anything's been added. Not really seeing much. This is kind of fun. I don't know if that was there earlier. I like the colors on that, but I don't think I need it. This is a Wedgwood wannabe. Alright, then back to the figurines. I just want to see if anything else made its way onto the shelves. And then we're probably going to get out of here. Over here in the glass and metal section. Sweet little bell, I know. Alright, well, it looks like there's a pretty fierce storm rolling in out there, so I think I might start heading towards the checkout. We've got some pretty cool stuff today. I'm pretty excited about this owl. The decanter is definitely like my favorite. And I'm kind of shocked that that finial is still here. I keep looking at it like, is it broken? Is there something wrong with it? But I think it's just dirty and needs cleaned. So I'm going to leave the lamp. I'm not taking that with me. But I think we're good. What is this? Come here, you. Oh, look, it's a vintage dancing Santa. That's pretty good for $4.49. I'm pretty sure that's vintage. Maybe, or hopefully not made to look vintage. I think we're going to stick him in there for $4.49. Now, I must admit that this is way outside of my wheelhouse. I don't typically deal in vintage Christmas, and for all I know, this could be a reproduction. He looks old, but he looks really good for being old. So there's that. He is 12 inches tall, and he's flocked. He is considered a dancing Santa. And I used Google image search to find out that information. I always suggest when using Google image search, use Google image search to identify your item. Never use Google image search to price your item. If you're using Google image search to price your items, you're making a huge mistake. You can use it to identify your items, but then go over to eBay and use the sold listings to price your items and go by an average. Don't go straight to the top. Go by an average. Now I'm gonna get off my soapbox. But this Santa Claus appears to sell for an average of about $20. So I was pretty happy with that. I stepped outside my wheelhouse. I found a cool Santa, and I will probably include him in the holiday mixer that is coming up on knickknacks.net. So if you're available on the weekend of the holiday mixer and you're interested in this Santa, make sure you stop by. This is by like looking at the shelves from different angles. Oh my goodness. That is so perfect. That's going straight in the camper when I get home. This is kind of adorable. It's a little candy jar. It says trick or treat. It is $17.49, but I think we're gonna grab it. And of course, here we are again, getting in trouble with the Ray Dunn. But it's okay, because I love it, and I will keep it for myself. Of course, I'm talking about this. It is a gumball machine, but really it's just a candy bowl. And I thought it was so cute. I paid $17.49 for it, and it looks like these sell on eBay for about $20 to $25. So there's probably not a whole lot of profit to be made there, but it's another piece that I wouldn't mind putting out around Halloween time and throwing some candy corns in there. I personally don't eat candy corns. I feel like they taste like crayons would taste if they had lots of sugar in them, but my family likes candy corn, and it would look really cute in this jar. And of course, here comes the storm. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed shopping with me today at the Thurmont Goodwill in Maryland. I always enjoy shopping there. The staff is so friendly and helpful. I can't tell you how many times they've helped me carry stuff to my car. Now, granted, they didn't help this time around, but probably because it was pouring rain, and I don't blame them. We found some really great stuff today. I'm most excited about that beautiful decanter with the 4 glasses. That was a great find. The owl, that was a close second. We did pretty good today. Now, if you're looking to purchase any of the items you saw in today's video, make sure you stop on over to knickknacks.net. That's knickknacks.net. That is my own marketplace that I started. It is a marketplace for sellers and buyers and collectors, and it is a community of positive, wonderful people, and I would love to invite you to come and join us and do a little shopping. We have over 67,000 listings. There's over 3,200 sellers, and it's a wonderful place to be. So I invite you to come and join us, to browse around. There's live sales, there's multi-day auctions, and there's buy it now listings. So come on over and join us, and I hope that I see you over there.
Join us on knickknacks.net, where you can browse over 58,000 listings. Check out multi-day auctions or live sales now, featuring airplanes, Mexican pottery, antique collectibles, ooh, it glows, vinyl records, hand-blown glass, and furs. Find what you're looking for on knickknacks.net.